Tonight on Nighttime, we welcome a special guest, Sofia Hublitz, who you definitely know from Ozark, Louis, and Horace and Pete. We talk about the magic of Peter Falk, life growing up in New York City, and we maybe have a special guest pop in. We're here, Nighttime, we're back. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being here. It's the first time we've met in person, but it feels like I've known you a long time.
It is, yeah. Over the phone, it helps.
An alum of the show, Noah Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
You guys go way back?
We go, yeah, almost going on 6 years back. Has she told you about this?
Well, no, but she told me to razz you about the fact that she's hardline about you not being a New Yorker.
What? Oh my God! See, this is not fair. This isn't fair. That's another.
We don't have to leave with that.
Shooting way off the topic.
I thought it was rude.
No. It is rude.
Yeah.
But we met on a movie called Master that was at Amazon Studios that I ended up not being in because we were shooting it during COVID. We had the job. We shot for like 2 weeks. I had 5 days left on it, and then COVID happened and it got shut down. And then I went to go shoot Ozark, and when they started to do plates on the movie to bring it back, my dates did not clear. So they recast it with the formidable Talia Ryder, who was wonderful in the movie.
Okay, yeah.
However, it would have been me. And it was me for about 2 weeks.
It's a good reason. It's like a good problem.
Yeah.
Ozark. Wait, when did you start shooting Ozark?
2016.
And so the corny point to make is that you grew up making that show.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like my college, you know, my high school and my college. Yeah, because it was from 16 to when I was 21. Wow. Yeah.
Whoa.
3 seasons. We were there, you know, for 6 months out of the year, which is standard for a streaming show that has, you know, 8 to 10 episodes.
Yeah.
There for 6 months. It's do block shooting, and then for the last season though, which was 14 episodes. We were there for a full year.
Wow.
So our shooting schedule was 11 months.
So Noah being rude about your New York heritage is because
we're going there.
What?
Yeah.
You were only because you were born.
I wasn't born here.
That's okay.
It's silly. There's a whole journey that I went on before I actually moved to New York. But all of my, you know, formative experiences were all in New York. So I was born in Richmond, Virginia. And it's on my Wikipedia page that I was born there. So a lot of people, and I have a lot of my family is still there, all my oldest friends, like family, friends, the whole nine. But I didn't grow up in Richmond. Right. So people like to cling on to that. It's like, she's one of us. And I'm sadly not.
It's nice that they want to claim you. Yeah.
You know, it's lovely. And my mom is somewhat of a revered figure in the restaurant scene there.
Oh.
Pretty much. She's like small town famous in Richmond. But my mom owned some really wonderful restaurants, one of them which is still there to this day that she's not a part of anymore. So she's actually in many ways more famous than I am in the city of Richmond, Virginia, which I think is why like the proximity to that is when people are like, oh, cool, but I didn't grow up there. So I was born in Richmond. We were a victim of a Hurricane Gaston. My mom lost her restaurant, we lost our house, and then we moved to North Carolina for 2 years where she got a consulting job. And then I moved to New York when I was 6.
Feels rude to be upended by Gaston.
Yeah, you know, but then I would have had to spend, you know, probably who knows what would have happened.
It's not a menacing name. It's like, it makes you think of Beauty and the Beast.
Exactly, yeah. And I don't know how they pick them too, like Gaston.
I think they just cycle through the alphabet, and by the time when they get to G the 7th time, it's like, well, Gaston.
Gaston.
But I was also psyched to have you on because I was talking to Noah. She suggested you come on, and then we spoke. I remember we got off the phone, and I told Genevieve, who's there, hey, I was like, this is funny because this is like a young person who sounds to me like old New York soul, like Fran Lebowitz.
You're not like the 4th person to tell me
right?
Either. Yeah. Especially if you catch me on a night out, it's a little.
But also like the things that like, yeah, I feel like you intuitively understood the stuff I'm hoping to.
You think I have the cynicism of Fran Lebowitz a little bit?
Well, and also like there's also romanticism there.
Well, it's a lot more nuanced than just blanket statement cynicism. I think her cultural commentary, I think, can be construed as as cynicism.
Right.
I don't think it's that because I agree with her more often than not.
I just mean, it didn't like read like there's some big generational divide to like a gulf to bridge.
Yeah, I find that with a lot of people that are from New York too.
Yeah.
Because mostly I always have this talking point, so anyone that listens to this will be like, I've heard this out of her mouth before. I feel like, if you grow up in New York, no matter what socioeconomic background you come from, you're forced to interact with the world.
Yeah.
No matter what, especially if you grew up in the city. You just always are. You know how to talk to adults from a young age. You know how to talk to people that perhaps didn't grow up in the same way that you did, or grew up that had more or less than you. It's just.
Well, I do think that type of proximity and like hanging out a lot makes for a better human experience and for more empathetic people. It's why I'm a big fan of city life and why I want to do the fucking show in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, and hanging out a lot too. It's like I didn't drink for like all of high school, or I didn't go out when I was younger. But what I find so funny is that if you're a city kid, you just grow up just kind of going to bars. There's not like house parties, so it's like you're tapped out by the time you're 18.
Yeah,
like
right,
no one really has like a zest for the party life. Like I remember when all my friends were going off to college and stuff, they were like, "This is light work,"
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
We're from New York City.
I went to
We were
school-
playing pool at Double Down at 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went to school in Somerville. I went to college at Tufts, and I remember going there, and people I became friends with were like, "Wow, we're in the big city now."
In Boston?
Yeah, what? yeah.
And Somerville is kind of like it's a suburb of Boston too.
Yeah, the whole thing. Where in the city were you living growing up?
I grew up in Cobble Hill, Carroll Gardens, kind of both. I moved around a lot, but it was always in those neighborhoods. And my mom owned a restaurant in Cobble Hill. Waddy and Meg, R.I.P., shout out, Court Street. I was there for 13 years.
Oh, man.
Then I went to high school in Manhattan, and then I live in Brooklyn Heights now, which feels like, I feel like I've sort of retreated to the suburbs.
Same, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because
Yeah, we live in Dumbo.
Yeah. You might even have more of like you are more in the I'm in the stroller world too.
Oh, where like?
I'm like in the thick of the stroller world. Nobody in my building is, I think, under 49.
But you, so wait, you are, when the pandemic hits, or you're going down to Atlanta, like...
When the pandemic hit, my life was awesome. So that...
Yeah, what was that? Were you shooting?
No, I was shooting Master then, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's what you said.
And I was in Poughkeepsie, and that's when it was like, oh, this thing's going on, and they all sent us home. But, yeah, I guess I was 19, almost 20.
Like, some people plant a flag around COVID times as being like, well, that's when New York died for me. Or like, New York has been dead since then.
There was definitely what you would call, I guess colloquially we now have as like the vibe shift. That was probably sort of the catalyst for that.
Thing, yeah.
I stay out of that whole thing though. I just hear about it from afar. It's like in my peripheral vision.
But do you feel like, here's proof the social scene's still alive. Finance bros going to daytime wine raves.
Yeah, but then they have like on the inverse of that, they have all these think pieces that Gen Z are like they're not having sex. So
No,
what
that's what I
is
mean. This
true?
was like the pushback to that, which was not believable.
Sex, or are they not going out? They are going out and they're not having sex. That actually, there's something to be said about that. If they are going out, no one's having sex.
True. That's so disturbing.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, neither would I. That's my point. That's my point. But yeah, I feel like, and the other thing I think about a lot is there's this really great essay about New York called, it's the first essay in Colson Whitehead's book called The Colossus of New York. And it made me think of what you just said about your mom's restaurant being shuttered now, because it's all about how everyone has their own version of New York. Mm-hmm. And when you become a real New Yorker is when the thing that was here 5 minutes ago is more real than the thing that's here now.
Yeah, that always cycles in and out, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think anyone, no matter how old you are, is always going to have that experience here. I mean, there's things that's, I can't tell if it's just about growing up in, like, a major metropolitan city that has you think about those things. Because if you talk to somebody that, like, grew up in San Francisco or Los Angeles or New York, maybe Chicago, but the like shelf life of a lot of these places have like an immense turnover, you know. Yeah. There's not a lot of things that stand the test of time become, you know, institutions, and then there's sort of, then you can kind of regale about that as well. There's no more regaling needs to be going on.
That's what my whole life's mission now. Bring back regaling.
Bring back regaling.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I don't know if like in 25 years we're gonna regale about dimes. I don't even want to bring this word up, but we're gonna regale about clandestino. Like, is anyone really gonna be looking at that and be man, that was awesome?
I do think about this because like I remember when I lived in Greenpoint, and the fucking G train was. I know it's whatever now. It was so bad then.
It was awful.
And it was the sort of thing where when you show up, it's super late, and then also it's the short bus, so you got to run 50 yards to catch before it leaves. And I remember a guy I knew wrote a song, and he like name checks the G train. I'm like, ugh, yuck, what is this? And then I realized a minute later, there's a Dylan song, and he's singing about the F train. I'm like, oh, how romantic. It really is all context, like meaning. There might be some kid like sitting there in his room writing a song about clandestino that then becomes some. I've lost the plot sort of in that.
Well, I've seen some young crooners be at clandestino, so I wonder if it's for the experience of it for material or if it's because they think it's cool.
I mean, I like the idea of there being little scenes in the city. Like I liked when I was really out all the time. You realize that the city was really small because if you liked these two bands, this other thing, and this other thing, then the 300 of you would be at the same places every night.
Yeah, Bowery Electric, Mercury Lounge.
Here's what I was thinking of this morning when I knew we were going to meet up. There is no longer any monoculture, which is really strange because there's like less of a shared experience of the world.
Mm-hmm.
But you had an experience, that's like the last lingering version of the monoculture is like the show that captures the conversation. And that was one of those shows, Ozark. Where all of a sudden, at least my experience was where everyone I knew was talking about when a season came out, when a season ended.
Yeah, I mean, I think like when the show was being filmed at the time, because I guess it came out in 2017, but we shot it in 2016, Netflix was not like the behemoth that it is now. I think at that time, their slate was, nothing, not close to a fraction of what it is now. Yeah. So, and I was also like 16, so my reference for what a big deal it was didn't really hit until honestly like years later, especially like the first time that you get that there's awards and Emmys and things like that. That's really when it sort of cements for you.
But I mean, like your experience like going there and coming, like in my mind, coming back to New York like conquering hero, like you came back home and you did the thing. That's
sort of how you're able. That's like the litmus test for it, right? It's like if somebody recognizes you on the street, is like, does it mean that it's still sort of relevant? And the answer is yes, I think. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Because like I said, like the show came out close to 8 years ago now, and I guess the last season it's still been 3 years, which is kind of a long time for me. Like my life has frickin' somersaulted and flipped over and done all types of stuff in 3 years. Like I'm not, and I don't mean this to sound jaded or anything, but like my life is not what it was 3 years ago. So I'm not really attached to what the idea of the show was in the end for me for me as me, Sofia, my proximity to it is so connected to the crew and the cast on that. Like when I think of the show, I think of all of the people that became like my best friends in the world.
Yeah.
And the crew that like I have since worked with on other projects in Atlanta that, there will always be this invisible thread between us, and we don't have to talk all the time. But I mean, we had the same crew on the pilot as we did until the very end. So I grew up with all of those people. We all did. And really like the through line for me is like all the relationships that I will have forever. Like I just can confidently say I will know many of those people for the rest of my life, some of whom are truly my best friends and I talk to weekly.
Also, by the way, your New York pedigree isn't allowed to be questioned. I'd say also because prior to that, the fact that you also were on Louis.
Yeah.
On Horace and Pete. Okay.
And I have to say, like, so Horace and Pete is hands down the coolest job I have ever had in my career so far, bar none. I mean, I got to work with, like, Stephen Wright and David Blaine and Paul Simon. I mean, it's just, that is, like, and I was young, too. I was, like, 16. But it's like the coolest thing I have ever done, hands down. And it was very much filmed like theater.
Yes.
Filmed it in, like, what's it called? Like, Penn Hotel or something. It was like an abandoned floor of it, and they built an entire sound stage.
By the garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they built an entire sound stage. The production offices were all there. I mean, They had like ADs and PAs, but not real. I mean, it really was filmed like live theater.
I mean, it feels.
I mean, I just got to meet so many cool comedians, and that was really, really special. I hope that there will be other things that top it with some,
It's a really unique, weird stew there.
completely. I mean, and then Edie, who I met on that, who played my mom. And,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still friends with a couple people on that too. I mean, every now and then, but yeah, that was such a cool show. I mean, yeah, so it's like 2 huge New York, and both with Louis too.
Yeah.
Which,
That show's also a bat signal, by the way, I find. I've noticed Horace and Pete, especially. Where like Ben and Mo, who I wrote Bunny with, and we made it together, like, they are really, really into that show. And also we would like, I don't know, after we finish the movie and we're taking different meetings with people and talking about, baby, we're going to do this or that. If that show comes up, all of a sudden everyone who knows starts going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really good...
I mean, he was able to send such a tremendous cast with some... I mean, I just remember the day that Paul Simon came in. I mean, that's just... I don't even know how you pull that off. It's just so cool. Like, I actually haven't had the opportunity to do theater since I was like a young teenager, but that felt like... That almost feels like the last theater thing that I did, even though it was a mini series.
but it feels electric like theater.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And it was all, like I said, it was like filmed like a multicam show that felt like we were doing it on stage, and all the rehearsal process felt like that too. And yeah, I mean, I just still think it's such a cool thing to be a part of. Really, really proud of that.
The other New Yorkie thing I was bugging you about, because I found an answer recently, is, do you think that you have like a defining or favorite New York movie?
Yeah, I thought about this a few times. So one of them, I don't know if it would be like a New York City movie, but Dog Day Afternoon is kind of like...
Yeah, that's the best one.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
But it's like the argument can be made that it's a Brooklyn movie, which it kind of... It's not, it doesn't take place in the city.
Matt doesn't like that.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but people have weird ideas about what is a New York City movie.
Yeah, the city, people use the city is shorthand for Manhattan, I know.
But then the other answer that I have to compensate for that is Midnight Cowboy. So it's
great.
those two.
I'm biased. I actually have this book sitting here as like a little set decoration, but my father-in-law is the great Richard Price.
Wow.
Great bard of New York City, right? Uh-huh. And he wrote a movie that has become my favorite New York movie, which is one of the vignettes in New York Stories.
Oh.
There's the 3. There's the Coppola one, there's the Woody Allen one. They're both kind of like silly larks. And Scorsese's one is the heaviest shit. And Richard wrote it, and it's called Life Lessons, and it's shot by Nestor Almendros, who shot Days of Heaven.
Yeah.
And it's the only time Scorsese and him work together. And Nick Nolte plays this brash, like, expressionist painter with the crazy loft, like 9.5 weeks there in New York City.
I wonder if that's how he got on the role of doing roles like that. Because if you think of Nick Nolte, you think of those specific roles.
I mean, I feel like it's like perfect Nolte, perfect Rosanna Arquette, a great Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi plays this kind of like Kaka the Walk performance artist guy who she's into more than Nolte. And it's like Soho at this perfect time. God, I saw The In-Laws recently, which I'd never seen.
Oh, wow, really? I actually haven't seen that either.
Really absurd.
I'm a huge Columbo.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
so is Matt.
I'm a huge Columbo fan.
Every night I'm watching an episode.
Oh, it's so good. It's like weirdly it's filmed kind of sensually, and it's kind of calming and quiet.
Yes.
I mean, it's really sort of the best thing to just sort of drift off to, but you can pay attention. Some of the dialogue for humor is just so brilliant.
Every night I watch it.
Really?
I think someone said something about like when you know where the story is going, it's no longer stressful. It becomes calming.
Yes.
Well, that's the whole premise of that show, by the way. Like, even if you haven't seen it before, yes, it's a whodunit for him, not for you.
Yeah.
So weird. Opens with, that's so strange, by the way, that's the operative device. That show opens with you seeing the murder and whodunit.
Right.
And then it's him chasing it down. Oh, man, the one where Cassavetes plays the conductor.
Oh, my God, I have not seen
That's the first episode.
So
The pilot episode.
Is
well,
that
pilots.
Oh my gosh,
Pilots
yeah,
did
you're
not the
right.
Cassavetes one.
No, there was a pilot before that, but the
Pilot's
Cassavetes
director-
is first episode, season 2.
Do you remember who? Yes. Do you remember who directed the pilot?
Sean Penn's dad.
Stevie Spielberg.
No.
He did the
Really?
robot one.
He did the robot one.
Oh no! Oh, the Titan one. No.
You just fucking.
No, you're right. It's called, what's the name of that one?
I don't know, but he's angrily typing.
Yeah.
And then murders.
Peter Falk does that incredible stunt in it too, where he has to get to the bottom of a hill.
Yeah, stumbles down.
And he doesn't fall, but he stumbles the entire way down. He's probably like 48.
I don't think that's scripted.
No, it probably isn't, but it's very well shot.
Yeah.
I mean, they hold on him the whole time, and he kind of dusts himself off and does a little one-liner at the end. And it's one of the most.
He does the slow slide.
It's one of the best real stunts in that movie. Yeah.
John, it looks like you're like your identity is being preserved.
It does.
For safety, I can't see you.
behind it.
I miss you.
Well, I can come over there.
Yeah, come join. Come sit. This is important, by the way. Oh, John Albano.
Hi, nice
you
to
meet
meet
Sofia
you. I'm
Hublitz?
John. Pleasure. And congratulations on the show being back, Stefan.
Thank you so
I
much.
like it how you're the best dressed out of all.
Well, I thought this was going to be a big, nice event. They got me back here, sort of piled up amongst the equipment. No one can tell the difference between me and the equipment back there, but
Do
it's
you want a
fine.
thing? Are you
I'll have one of these little guys
Yeah.
here. What is this, by the way?
Oh wow, it's Mezcal.
And what's the
it's Ilegal Mezcal.
Mezcal.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what?
look at
I'll have
No,
a kiss
cheers,
for her.
everybody.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you
Just a
you
little
kissed
kiss, just a
it.
little kiss.
That's what they do in
Say when.
Ohio.
Like when?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what we call the 2 p.m. special.
Absolutely. Just a little.
You have the 4 p.m. I have the 2, and
Yeah,
you've
I'm
got
going,
the
I'm
6
going
p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah. And I hear your band was on tour recently, and I want to hear all about it.
We did. We just went on an I-95 tour to Orlando. We played at a music festival down in Orlando.
Did you happen to
Thank
make a
you
pit stop in Richmond, Virginia off I-95?
We this time, no. We stopped at Kenley 95,
Okay.
the largest truck stop in the Eastern
Oh, these are the
Seaboard,
truck
in the
stop
Eastern-
tours.
You had a gig
Yeah.
booked? You had a gig booked at
You
this
know
truck
about
stop?
this?
No.
She's heard tell.
Yeah, we
She doesn't want to betray
we
it, she
performed
knows.
at that truck stop and some other welcome centers and stuff. The Delaware Welcome Center on the
And
state line.
it-
Are
Just-
these
but-
the ones that have like a Panda Express in them?
Yeah, there was a Panda Express at that one.
I've-
Yeah.
But
Pretty
just
sure
to be
I've
clear,
been to
are these prearranged shows?
Sometimes not. Sometimes you can just show up. You don't really need to book shows. You know?
So is this the type of?
I don't know what you were doing when you were on tour, but
are
you don't need to
people-
like do that.
Are people
Yeah.
like pitting at the rest stops? like.
Yeah, we performed for the trucks. I'd say the trucks. It was mostly for the trucks and not the truckers. They were nowhere to be found.
are they-
There were a couple truckers around watching us.
So what kind of crowd does this fall?
Yeah, this is good.
People who can't clap on beat. Mostly. I mean, they clap on at best the one and the
one and
three.
the three, yeah.
But not. Usually, it's some other song going on in their head,
But are
and
you-
they're just out here hitting, swatting flies.
Are you getting families that are trickling in from like the parking lot that are coming from the Panda Express?
In and out, yeah.
In and out.
We try to post up where
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of human traffic.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it? Like you and Trevor? What's
But
it?
not
what,
ing.
What it? Yeah.
Yeah, not ing.
Not that.
Well,
Not ing, yeah.
if things go well, what band is this? You can tell me. Is this a John Albano experience?
It's my band. We're formerly called Brigman and Frost. It's a band I have with the great Johnny Gaffney, he's the vocalist and lyricist.
Yeah.
I do the music side of things. We've rebranded, and our new band name is John.
Because you're both named
John.
John. Which, by the way, I don't want to like get too heady on you here, but
Yeah.
there are a lot of Johns at the truck stop, if you know what I mean. First time I went to a truck stop on tour.
He started with human traffic, and now
I'm
we're
saying,
We have
first time I went to a truck stop on tour, we
any
saw.
lot lizards, as
Yeah.
they're sometimes called.
Sadly, often called.
We want to find these people, but we couldn't find any this time around. It's
horrible
kind of a
term.
family place. This truck stop in particular, but especially off of I-95, it's not the most interesting truck stop.
Are you hitting the ones that are like just off the highway where you can glide right in and go right back
A
on
little
the
bit,
95?
yeah.
I mean, because I make that drive
Yeah.
all the fucking time. I know it well.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
I do.
Wait, is
I
there
mean,
still family there?
I own a house now in rural Virginia that's nowhere near Richmond, but I make the
Oh,
drive
wow.
down there all the time, and I take an A5. There's like one that has the ones right before Baltimore are my favorite ones.
I had no idea this was
They've
so
got
perfect.
the most options. No, because really,
didn't know
but
you
I don't
knew.
know if they're like rest stops versus truck stops. If there's a differentiation between those
I
things.
think there is.
Okay.
The number of showers, probably.
Yeah, a proper truck stop has a number of amenities and facilities for.
Listen, I'm a Flying
Long-haul
J
trucker.
person myself.
Yeah, there you go.
I like a Loves. Loves is actually a little more up there for me. Flying J.
Yeah, truck
good.
stops have showers. Some of them have a motel in some.
And did you go like number
There's-
16? You're up for the shower. Like,
I would
Yeah.
never. No.
that they do. Just so you know.
I'm not gonna. I would love to MC the showers, but no one was going to hand us the mic to do that. But there's usually a chapel and a TV room.
Interfaith chapel, you think? Single faith.
General, yeah, maybe.
Mono.
I've
Pretty
always-
Christian, yeah.
I'm always so tempted. This is actually a new thing that I learned. So you know how they have the interfaith chapels at airports?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
A lot of them are used for sudden AA meetings. You know? Did
No
you know
way.
that? Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, I don't know
Spontaneous-
if you're even supposed to say
Urgently needed AA
spontaneous,
meeting?
urgently needed AA meetings. They go friend of Bill's, report to the chapel.
Okay, I have a weird thing to say
And
about
they
I know
assemble
what that
there.
means. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
old band
Yeah.
played on the Weezer cruise, and the Weezer cruise on the itinerary had like a friend of Bill thing listed, and on the cruise, and it just comes to mind because you mentioned the interfaith chapel thing. I'm reminded that on the boat, I remember someone making the joke like, a captain can marry you. Like if you're on a boat, if you feel the urge to get married, the captain can officiate at a moment's
Yeah,
notice.
yeah.
Well,
It's a classic thing.
wait a
But
minute.
speaking of officiating,
Yeah, didn't you tell me?
my band and I, we performed at this EDM festival. We're not an EDM band
Like
at all.
like Ultra in Miami.
Yeah, like something like that.
I'm in heaven.
And,
I'm in heaven.
We performed at this thing, and as a part of our show, we officiated a wedding between two festival attendees.
Was that planned?
We sound. Yeah, we had the festival send out a blast to the ticket holders asking, does anybody here, any couples want to get married at the festival?
You asked?
The festival
This
did this
sounds
for
like
us.
something that would happen at like Burning Man or
I
something
know.
like that.
The festival is kind of like an easygoing Burning Man, if you
what
will.
state
Yeah.
is this?
This is in Orlando, Florida.
It's an easy going burning, but why did you know?
Doubletree.
Why did you know to ask beforehand? Hey, anybody want to get married?
Well, we didn't want to not have any. We didn't want to show up and try to find two people to get married.
But you knew you wanted to marry people.
You don't want to force people to get married.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want to find two random people and like see if that would get
But
married.
your premise
You
for
wanted a
the
couple
Las
that
Vegas.
was in love.
So we got applied.
Not animals.
Like 16, 17 couples applied. We thought maybe one would be like, tell us a little more.
How did you pick the
But
one?
enthusiastically. How did we pick? Like it was a process. They had to send us a lot of information. They had a questionnaire to fill out.
Or
No,
just-
it was very hard to. It was
just-
very hard to deny
good
people.
price
Yeah,
tag.
because they were really enthusiastic. But
You
some
couldn't do a
people
bunch
were
like
pretty
Vegas?
easy to deny. What?
You could have done like a car wash.
We thought of doing that. We thought of doing a mass
A mass.
wedding ceremony. Yeah, but a lot of people said, "Well, I only want to do it if it's just me and my couple," and it was easier to focus on one couple. And they were very sweet, the people we picked, and they were happy to put up with our antics because it was still our show, and it was part of the deal was like you have to kind of let us do what we want. Stefan, have you ever been in a cover band where you pretend to be a band like
Did you
like
pretend
that
to be Radiohead?
like that Beatles band?
Well, I made a Radiohead biopic. No, I wanted to do that. I'd love to do that. Like
I
a
think
Halloween.
what they should do with those bands, because all those bands they just play covers of like Beatles songs. You know, if it's a Beatles band, there's one called like Sgt. Pepper's or whatever. It's obvious.
Yeah, a little. That's,
Well,
I know.
those all used to be available on Apple before, or on iTunes before you could buy the Beatles. I remember when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I wanted to buy I wanted to buy 8 Days a Week or something, and they didn't have it. This is before. Remember when they did that whole campaign that the Beatles were now
Oh,
on
yes, and they only have the
iTunes?
Ruddles?
So they had all of the Beatles
Lex
cover
knows.
bands. So I still to this day have so many Beatles cover bands.
No, some of them are very
music
good.
in my iTunes.
Some of them take it really seriously.
you wanna do a Halloween?
to play. No, what I was gonna say is these cover bands, instead of playing covers of as old songs by the bands, they should write new ones.
In the style of.
No one does that.
Oh, they should be like, hey, we're the Beatles. We got
It's our
a
new
new
album.
joint for you.
We have a new album. We have a new Beatles song.
Have you seen Oasis?
Do they? Is
That's what they do.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a
they
dig
take
at
the chords
Oasis.
to Imagine, and then they may do.
Well, they should have just called themselves like the New Beatles.
The Beatles
Or
too.
The Beatles.
Well, this reminds me. My sister, when she was in college, had a friend who had a band called Depeche Mode, and they'd play a show, and they'd go, "We're Depeche Mode, fuck you," and they didn't play Depeche Mode songs.
Is there
I know, it was
is
a
there
bait
like a
and switch.
licensing problem with that there? No, a C&D didn't go out ever.
It's
no?
like pre-cell phone. We're getting the brush off. It's time to go.
Bye bye.
We'll play us out. Cheers.
Cheers.
Both of you already.
All right. Cheat.